Kawal depan.
Okay, selamat pagi. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for coming at short notice. What YB Zuraida and I will be doing in a few minutes is going into the MACC office to lodge a report with them based on the police report that we received, the copy of the police report made by Dato' Syamsul Bahrain that was released to the media yesterday. So in a few minutes we will go in, we will launch the report, and then we'll come out and carry on with the PC. Yeah? It shouldn't take too long because we already prepared the document. We are giving the MACC a copy.
Still very clean this place.
Yang kopi saya.
Okay, tadi sebentar tadi Siva dengan saya telah membuat submission mengenai pertuduhan rasuah terhadap pengurusi National Feedlot Corporation, dan kita kepilkan dengan laporan polis yang telah kita dapat semalam, dan dua pegawai yang datang menerima laporan ini adalah Puan Nur Shimah selaku penguatkuasa dan penolong kanan penguatkuasa, dan juga Puan Maznah selaku pengarah bahagian siasatan dan pengarah ini ketua unit siasatan, ketua unit siasatan.
Puan Nur Shimah binti yang
okey. Puan Maznah adalah ketua unit siasatan. Pengarahnya adalah Datuk Haji Latifah binti Muhammad Yatim yang tidak ada di sini, bertugas di luar ya. So jadi pihak SPRM telah menerima dan mereka menjanjikan akan membuat siasatan susulan, dan juga kami difahamkan kes ini adalah di bawah yang membuat tangkapan ataupun terhadap Syamsul Bahrain ialah SPRM Putrajaya. So jadi ini SPRM Kuala Lumpur. Jadi laporan ini walaupun kita masukkan kepada state SPRM di sini, tapi ianya juga akan menyusul di Putrajaya. So jadi berdasarkan itu saya dan YB Siva akan membuat satu lagi submission kepada SPRM Putrajaya kerana hendak mendesak tindakan patut harus diambil kerana Putrajaya telah menerima bukti-bukti yang melalui Syamsul Bahrain, telefon dan juga SMS telefon yang ada di dalam tangan SPRM. Jadi berdasarkan SMS dalam telefon itu, kenapa Putrajaya, SPRM Putrajaya masih tidak ambil tindakan apa-apa terhadap Datuk Salleh dan kuncu-kuncu yang menghantar SMS kepada Syamsul Bahrain.
Today, YB Zuraida and myself have lodged a report based on the police report made which we received yesterday. The copy of the police report received that was made by Dato' Syamsul Bahrain bin Ismail, which very categorically makes an allegation that Dato' Sri Salleh instructed him to make corrupt payments to the police to close the NFC file, basically to stop the investigation. And Dato' Syamsul Bahrain is prepared to say in his report, which is here, that he has actual proof of that instruction in the form of an SMS or SMSs received from Dato' Salleh. So this means it's not just an empty or wild allegation, it's a serious allegation, and he's prepared to put it on record that he has SMSs. And we have also now received information that this instruction to make corrupt payments to the police by Dato' Salleh to close the NFC investigation is not just from SMSs from Dato' Salleh, there are also SMSs from other NFC officials which are repeating the same instruction to Dato' Syamsul Bahrain. So today we have come here to tell the MACC that this must be investigated quickly, because what we have seen is Syamsul Bahrain was arrested in the middle of December, denied, remanded for several weeks in detention, and brought straight to court to be charged. Right? I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent, I'm just saying the MACC has moved very fast there. But when it comes to the, like for example, Dato' Sri Saleh, who is implicated here in instructing him to make corrupt payments, we don't even see an arrest. We don't see any of the similar kind of action, which will lead, which will lead to the public perception that the MACC is treating different parties differently, and the MACC is not independent and or unbiased in this issue. So today we are here to serve notice on the MACC. We want to see action within 2 weeks of this, and if not, we will call for a Royal Commission of Inquiry to investigate the conduct of the MACC itself, because that means it is quite clear that the MACC is incapable of investigating the NFC issue independently and free from bias and free from political influence, which is what we want to see. Yeah? We agree with YB Lim Kit Siang's call for an RCI on the actual the issue involving the NFC itself, the broader issue of how the 250 million loan and grant was misappropriated and misused. I would say even a criminal breach of trust took place in buying the condominiums for 20 million, traveling all over the world on holidays, and other abuses took place. We need an RCI on that. But now, with this emerging, we see now we want an investigation into the conduct of the investigating agencies now themselves. Why have the police not taken action on the NFC? And we want also the SPRM to take quick action. And we want to see this as fast as possible.
You said that you're giving MACC 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then you're going to push for an RCI. But
RCI.
they really pretty much said that they're not going to start any RCI on the...
Who is they?
I mean,
Muhyiddin, that was
Oh,
regards
okay, that's the government.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tan Sri Muhyiddin may have his own views on the matter, but we are going on the basis of what we see now as the conduct of the investigating agencies. It's a new issue now.
RCI.
Yeah, we agree with YB Lim Kit Siang. There must be an RCI into the overall issue of the loans to the NFC and what happened to this 250 million. Now we see the conduct of the police now is in question. Why the police have not acted so far, and we were giving the MACC also 2 weeks to act.
It's going to be the RCI. It's going to be on
the conduct of the investigating agencies. In other words, correct. Yeah, if the MACC don't act, then they will be part of that investigation. In the same way the RCI looked at the conduct of the MACC on Teo Beng Hock's case, as to what happened, what was the conduct of the investigating officials.
What are the action that you want to see?
We want to
arrest or
I mean, if you can arrest Samsu Barin in December, hold him for 3 weeks and charge him to court.
Immediate arrest for Dato' Saleh should be done.
Why can't you act on NFC?
So did you lodge report only against Dato' Saleh? What about the other NFC officer?
No. Dato' Shamsu Barin his report is against Dato' Sri Saleh.
At this point in time, yeah.
But you tell them about the other NFC officer as well?
No, we didn't. We said you investigate quickly now. The MACC is given immense powers under this law. They've got very broad powers under this law to investigate.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah, they got even more power than the police. Can I tell you that? As a matter of law, they got more power than the police. Just on the aspect of whether there is criminal wrongdoing in the NFC financial affairs. I mean, this is quite basic. You can go to any lawyer who practices criminal law. If I borrow money from the government, and I not only borrow, part of that is a grant. $20 million is a grant. I say I'm going to use that money for a public interest project, not a private interest project, for a public interest project to benefit Malaysia by raising so many thousand head of cattle, because I want to help the what do you call?
The meat industry.
The supply. Yeah, we want to have the meat industry. We want to make sure there's a supply of meat to the country. Our foreign exchange is not used so much to import meat. All these arguments are made. Then what do I do with the money? I use it to buy $20 million worth of condominiums. I travel all over the world on expensive holidays, etc., etc. We have the evidence. It's all there. That is criminal. People go to jail for that. Yeah? So the question we're asking is why is there no action? Yeah.
But then again, in NFC's case, it's not the khidmat negara, it's still the commercial element to it. Right?
No.
They have to make money,
Fine.
they have to make profit.
I'm prepared to. We are going to go to the PSC and look for the document where the proposal was made and see what was said. But I can tell you what would have been said. They would have said this is in the public interest. Otherwise, why should the government? If it is completely private interest, then I would question the decision of the cabinet committee. Why do you take 250 million of public money, 20 million grant? That is free money. 20 million grant means I give you, you don't have to pay back. The 250 million is 2% interest. Tell me which of you can get a loan at 2% interest. None of us can, but they can get. It's like when you get a loan at 2% interest, it means I'm giving you free money also, because the actual cost of the money is far more, 4 to 7%, right? So it must have a public interest. They cannot come and give the excuse that this is a private interest project. Then I say even the cabinet committee must go to jail for that.
Yeah. If it's a commercial project, then they go to the bank. Why they go to the bank? Government?
Exactly. You don't take our tax-based money, our public money, and assist people on a private interest project. There's something wrong with that.